Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's Solavei News. My name is Staci Wallace, and it is my honor to be your hostess for the evening. Solavei News is about giving you the official updates, releases, and also proven strategies to support your Solavei network. Now, tonight, I know you are as excited as I am about all of the updates that have been going on over the last 48 hours. You've seen it hit the social graph, Facebook, Twitter. We're all so excited about what's going on. And I know tonight we are going to give you a lot of updates. What I would like to do right now is introduce you to you before we actually get into the updates is a very good friend of mine, somebody who is a dynamic leader in Solavei and who's going to share us what is Solavei. For all of you who are just listening in for the very first time tonight, you want to hear what is all the buzz about. I mean, literally, we blew up the social graph this weekend to where we were on the hot lists of all the Facebook, all the trending. We were trending on Facebook, Twitter. It was incredible, and that's a big deal. So we're very excited, and thank you to all the Solavei members who are making that happen. Well, tonight to tell you what is Solavei and why are we so excited, I want to introduce you to my dear friend Nathan Gooden, social networker too, a phenomenal leader. You guys have heard me say it before. Former bride was former Miss America. Nathan, of course, COO, CFO, comes from corporate America, but now we are very excited to have him over here on the light side where all the bright sunshine is in the field working with the social networker too. Please help me welcome Nathan Gooden to share with us what is Solavei.
Thank you very much, Stacy, and I'm very excited to be a part of the call. As Stacy said, I did just leave corporate America, and Solavei is the reason. Solavei has created an opportunity for so many to be able to change their lives. Solavei's mission is to make commerce less expensive and even profitable. And how are we doing that? We're doing that by taking the billions of dollars of advertising that are spent every day by huge conglomerate companies and paying the most powerful member or marketer on the planet, and that is you and I. We have taken those dollars and made commerce less expensive and paying our members to do so. So whether you're spending money at the grocery store, whether you're going to fill up your car with gas, buy clothes, go to Walmart, wherever you're already spending money today, if you're a Solavei member, we're going to make sure that you're getting it for less, and then as you share it with other people, you have the opportunity to make income. We have started with mobile service, so we are paying you. We're starting with mobile service so that we offer a plan for $49, unlimited text, data, and voice. And as I said, as you share it with other people, you just share it with 3 people, a trio, and it becomes $29. And then as you share it with other people, you have the opportunity to make a nice recurring monthly income. But what Solavei has done that has made it even better for us is they have spent over $30 million building an infrastructure that gives us the tools to grow our business. So literally you can start growing a business with no startup cost. Nowhere in the world can you do this. And they have integrated the tool that they created to not only manage your business, invite friends, and monitor and grow your business, but you can also interact with all of the social media sites. So whether you use Facebook, Twitter, Google+, it's all interacted with the tool that they've created. So Solavei is much bigger than just a mobile phone service. Sometimes you hear people say that Solavei is a $49 unlimited text, data, and voice plan. It certainly is, but that's only where we're starting. And in Q2, we're going to launch into goods and services and open up retail. We got to see some of those partners that we're going to launch into in Q2, and then we're going to expand into international. So as it sweeps across the United States, in just 6 months, we have over 140,000 members. We've paid out over $6.5 million to our members. It is one of the most dynamic, exciting companies that I personally have ever been a part of. And as we expand into the other areas that you're spending money on a daily basis, it's even going to get better. Thank you, Stacy. That's a quick overview of what Solavei is all about.
It is a quick overview. And Nathan, what I love about the Solavei News every Monday at 6 p.m. Pacific is not only are we giving it to you real, live, raw, relevant, official information, pulling it straight from the corporate information that's available to us, but we're also wanting to break it down. And so I'm appreciating some of the questions that are coming through right now. And I just want you guys to know I'm watching those. Marcy, Marcy wants to know, what does it mean to trend on Facebook and Twitter? It means actually that we are showing up so much that they're talking about it. It means that we are a hot topic in Facebook or in Twitter. That's a really good thing. So I hope that's as layman as I could possibly make it. Somebody wants to know, what is Q2? That's second quarter. January, February, and March is the first quarter. April, May, and June is the second quarter. So if you think about the
So you can see,
yes,
I was going to say, you can see I haven't transitioned fully from corporate America to digital.
no, and what's great about it, those are corporate terms, but when we break it down, it's great for you guys who are just now starting your own business. And this, again, we're not looking to build a corporation that's a few $100 million. We're looking to build a multi-billion-dollar industry and company, so that people like you and I, who don't know what Q2 is, we don't know what trending is, we don't know what analytics and empirical data really mean, but we can learn and we can cash in on the benefits. And tonight, you are going to hear how those two worlds are uniting more than ever. And I cannot tell you, especially watching these questions. In fact, it chokes me up a little bit to know that we are about to tell you something tonight that's going to give those of you who don't know what that stuff means, you're going to get a shot at something really big in your life, a chance to be a part of corporate America's big apple pie. And so stay with us tonight, because I think you're going to enjoy what you hear, all the way through to the very last slide of tonight's webinar. Well, that brings us to, and I hope, Nathan, that you will just stay on with me. We'll tag this back and forth. But the Solavei Revolution
It certainly will.
Regional event this weekend happened last weekend. It was huge. It was incredible. And I want to take you through some of the highlights that happened this weekend. Nathan, let me just ask you before we go into this, what was some of the highlights, or what were some of the highlights for you that happened this weekend?
So, and Stacy, I come from a different background, so this is really the first opportunity that I've ever been at an event like this in this industry. And so for me, personally, it was unbelievable to see the excitement that is so infiltrated with so many people. We interact with our top leaders and people in our network on a daily basis, but we don't get to see the network at large. And that was one of the key takeaways for me, is that this is not just a few people that are excited about selling mobile phone service. This is something that is revolutionizing the way that we do commerce, and people are seeing that at a much larger basis. And so to see that, and then to experience the news that I know you're going to share, so I won't unveil yet, that our CEO gave to all of us, and really to get to see the heart of our CEO. A lot of us have known Ryan Ward, our CEO and founder, but really we got the hands-on with him to see, just how much he cares about this company, about every member, and about making this a long-lasting company that is going to be around for a long time, that is going to bless so many lives and help so many people that may not have ever had an opportunity like this before become a reality.
That's right. And tonight we are going to tell you a little bit more about that. I know we've got a number of folks this weekend who had their life completely changed and left feeling larger than life, and feeling like, for maybe once in a lifetime, certainly the first time in most of their lives, they're being given a chance to be a part on a large level of something truly revolutionary. What I'd like to do now is just take you through a couple of the updates. Of course, like Nathan said, the Social Commerce Network is coming to life right before our eyes. This weekend, a number of partners were introduced that are coming on board with Solavei's retail program. And those are going to be added by the hundreds, to where we're going to be able to see folks that are actually going to be a part of that retail program. I encourage you, get with the person that got you on this webinar to tell you a little bit more details, and just watch coming out what's going to be available with that. I believe coming up very soon, we're going to see a screen filled up with who those partners are. And as we go out with our purple pay cards, and shop every day. We're going to be able to see how they're the discounts along with the revenues that are going to go back into the social network, of which 50 cents on every dollar has been committed by our CEO and founder that's going to go back into the network. It's going to be incredible, revolutionary experience. Remember, cell phones are not revolutionary. SIM cards are not revolutionary. What's the revolutionary part is the people, everyday people like you and I, getting a piece of the pie, getting a piece of the action instead of the advertisers getting all of that money. Again, another announcement that was made is that the Solavei socials were so extraordinarily successful that Ryan Wirch, our CEO and founder, has agreed to continue them on. They're going to happen every Tuesday and Thursday at 4:30 p.m. and 6:30 p.m. Pacific. Now, if you want to host a hangout and you want the CEO and founder Ryan Wirch to actually be a part of your hangout there in your local area, he will tap in via satellite and be able to see into the room where you have all your friends. Then you want to go to Solavei Socials at solavei.com, and that is going to give you, that's the email you want to go to and say, hey, pick me. I want to host a hangout with Ryan. If you want to watch socials, which I encourage you to do every Tuesday and Thursday, gather people in your home, get them together 4:30 and 6:30 p.m. Pacific. Watch it at socials.solavei.com, and then follow along in Twitter. You'll see the updates, people posting, and be able to really get along with a lot of other folks in that network as well. You can dial 559-726-1200, enter code 559-055#. I'm going through great links to read these slides tonight because I've been advised that we have a number of folks that are tapping along with these webinars that are blind, and I want to make sure, I want you to know I know you're there. I honor you, I respect you, and thank you for letting me know that you want me to read these slides out for you, because again, we are so thankful that you are a part of Solavei. Oh my goodness, I'm emotional tonight. We're glad that you're here. And we're glad that we can give you something that you can believe in and that you can take to your friends and family. It makes us very proud that you're here.
Staci, I
Okay.
do want to say one thing on the socials.
Yeah.
A lot of people are wondering how to grow your networks, and this is one of the easiest avenues for people to quickly grow their networks, is to plug your teams in, have people over the house and play this during those times, or play a replay of it if you can't make those times. If you do want to be a part of the Hangout, they are filling up so fast. I emailed today, and the spot that I wanted was already filled. So it's important, if you want to participate in these, to make sure that you're getting in early. Otherwise, they do fill up.
Excellent. Very good. Great point. Okay, so y'all saw a sneak peek of the next slide. So let's just go ahead and go there. New compensation plan updates. And as Nathan said earlier on, one of the things that I personally love about the executive team of Solavei, and many of you know that I was senior vice president of another 22-year-old corporation prior to Solavei, and I've been in this industry for 25 years called direct sales. I've seen a lot of things in this industry, but I have never seen what we saw this weekend of an extension of complete generosity and partnership by our Solavei executive team. And of course, we've been watching over the last few months as they have watched this very infant company be birthed just 6 months ago, and watching how that compensation plan rolls out. Where is it soft spots? Where is it sweet spots? Where is it great, and where can it be better? What I love about the company is they're constantly adjusting enough to make sure that we have what we need in the field to move forward with massive momentum. So let's just do a little recap of a few of the enhancements that have already been made to help us drive scale. And what that means is to drive into large numbers, and that in order to become, that march to a million, or to become a multi-billion-dollar company that is paying out $1 billion into the hands of its members. Driving that kind of scale and reducing the barrier and cost of entry. What does that mean? Making it easier for people to get in, making it less hassle, less money. I mean, how much more could the company possibly do? They removed the $49 enrollment fee. Like Nathan said, where can you go to build a business of your own where you can earn a few extra hundred, few thousand, or even tens of thousands of dollars a month? What company can you go to that has zero enrollment fee? In other words, all you do is show up and do what you already do. Use your cell phone on Solavei service, and probably, if you're like the 48% of people who are already overspending by, they spend over $100 a month on their cell phone, even more than that spend over $49. Solavei is actually saving money. It is a win-win-win proposition for you to get involved with Solavei. So they removed the $49 enrollment fee and they reduced the SIM fee by $20. So it went down from $29 to $9 and made it free with SIM in hand, or if you're buying GSM Nation phone. So again, those are big enhancements that were already made. If that wasn't enough, Solavei went ahead and took it to a whole nother level this weekend. Before the regional, I had a dream one night, and I woke up from the dream. And when I woke up, the word that was first on my mind, this is just a couple of days before announcements were made, and the word was simplify. Simplify. Simplify your life, simplify your finances, simplify your overhead, simplify. And it just all these different things while I was getting ready, I kept thinking of simplify. And then if we didn't show up at the regional event and Solavei make that its number one mission as it relates to the compensation plan, they got on stage and they said, we want to simplify things. And I got to tell you, as Solavei's first social executive in the company, I am very, very happy about this because there were some things in the compensation plan that having over 40,000 people that have joined the network, I've gotten to see some of those weak spots that I feel were a part of the compensation plan. One of them was it was very difficult for us to understand how to read our network, how to know when a trio was formed, how to know how to calculate what we were going to get paid, what our rank would be, how many trios we actually had in our network. And when they said that word, I have to tell you, I was like a kid in the candy store when they presented these changes to me. Here is what was released to us this weekend. They said, we are simplifying trio counting. Maturing now, instead of the maturing process that we knew of being 30 days and 60 days to actual being counted, now maturing takes place 15 days after activation. After that, as long as a service member is active at the end of each month, they will be qualified. For those of you who are new, you may not know what this means, but this is very, very, very big and good news. It means that people are actually going to be qualified when we see they're qualified at the end of the month. It means that we're not going to have to get them in the system and then wait for 30 days or more. After 15 days of activation, as long as a service member is active at the end of the month, they will be qualified and counted in your network trios. There's also a simpler way to count trios. Prior to this weekend and to this announcement being made, trios were based upon forming trios and qualified trios. And if a trio was formed and if it had qualified, and I'll just tell you, give you guys a little inside scoop of the tens of thousands of people I had in my network, I only had about 5,000 trios in one of my numbers. Now that was concerning to me because that said to me, wait a minute, where is all the other? That's if you go 5,000 times 3, that's 15,000 people. Well, what about the others that make up my over 40,000 people that are actually in my network? What that told me was there was way too much breakage in this plan, and that the company was going to need to do something in order to rectify the breakage and make it more simple for us as leaders to be able to count our trios. If we have 50,000 people in our network, we want to be able to get benefit from 50,000 people in our network. And I can tell you, for those of you who are early on in Solavei right now, you have the potential to have networks like mine. I'm not going to say it's going to be easy for you because I certainly burn the midnight oil. I work probably about 18 hours a day. But what I am going to tell you is it's possible. And I don't know of any other plan or company in the history of this nation that has given us what you're getting ready to hear tonight, kind of opportunity to be a part of a global revolution. So the simpler way to count trios now is simply divide by 3. Go to your PC1, your personal connections, your first direct enrollments, and divide by 3. And that's how many trios you have in your PC1. So if you have 9 people that you've personally enrolled, divide by 3, that's 3 trios. If you have 10 people, divide by 3, that's 3 point, so it's 3 trios. 3 point something is still 3 trios. Go to your PC2, your second tier, your PC2, divide by 3. If you have 18 people, divide by 3, that's 6 trios. Go to your overall network then, divide by 3. Can somebody say amen? So go to your overall network now. You're not going to have to look and see where are these people forming. Sally has 2 and Jim has 1. That before was not a trio, even though they were in the same, um, let's say, same tier, same level. Now it's just divide by 3. And that for you, even if you don't understand this, is very, very, very good news. Another great
So
simplification.
Stacy,
Yes, Nathan.
yeah, one of the things, and this is a huge deal for the company to do, because this does eliminate all breakage. So from a company perspective, this is not the most positive thing to do, because it takes away any excess that they would have. So they are paying out more. If you look at your network, you look at all of the one-aways. Lots of people have lots of one-aways. Those are trios or people that weren't even counted in trios. So everyone should see a increase in their number of trios. So a huge thing for the company here to do for the field, and especially as you look at rank and PathPay to go up in rank, this gives you a lot more trios. And so one of the things that I would encourage everyone to do is you look at your network and you're looking at the total number, as Stacy said, active members. You're going to look into your network and you're going to see that there are a lot of people actually suspended. You want to contact everyone that is suspended in your account, both in your network and your members network. Encourage them to do so as well, because that is going to cause your overall trio number to go up once they get out from being once they become unsuspended and are active members.
Yes, and Nathan, I think that's a great point. And you guys are going to see that if I were you, I would be thinking, okay, well, how is the company going to do this? I'm going to show you some adjustments that the company has made in order to make this incredible give to us called no breakage. And there are some adjustments that have been made in order to make this happen so that we can have a simpler, more effective, really transparent comp plan moving forward. I'm hearing on the line that there's a few people that are not seeing my screen. Nathan, are you in front of your webinar? Can you see my screen? Okay, excellent. For those of you who are saying, I see 2 people that have said that, you might want to go in and re-log in, because it seems like it's working just fine. So another thing is there's no 40% rule now until you rise above the rank of social thousandaire. You're going to hear that's a new term I'm going to explain here in just a minute. But that's good news for those people who are just building their network. The 40% rule will not apply until you go above the rank of social thousandaire. Another bit of very, very good news. So how do I get to become a social thousandaire? Here is some of the updates and the adjustments that are being made. First off, social partner, you've got to have at least a trio to even play into the rank path of Solavei. Prior to now, if you got one person, literally you could get one person and ride the back of that one person, never do anything. And the company on a monthly basis was paying out thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to people who just got in, introduced it to somebody who took off. And honestly, they're not even brand builders. They're not brand partners. They're not doing anything to support Solavei and you and my revolution. They just came in and then they sat back, but they're still getting paid. Solavei wants to support brand partners. Solavei wants to support people who are supporting the brand. In order for this brand to do what we want it to do, our march to 1 million, and for it to hit that, what we call the tipping point. If you haven't read that book, I double dog dare you to read the book Tipping Point. When a company moves from the time where you're pushing it uphill to get brand awareness to when it becomes massively marketed. In other words, it becomes mass market appeal. That's the tipping point. In other words, it takes over. Now it's on a snowball effect. Well, in order for that to happen, it's going to require brand partners like you and I continually sharing the brand, keeping it viral, going online, posting, tweeting, doing what we do. This is not Ryan Wirch's company. In a minute, you're going to see how this is our revolution. We really are Solavei. It is our business to make viral and to cross that tipping point. So, Social Partner, basically, that's going to be a monthly pay of $250 every month. And all you have to do is get 4 trios. Those 4 trios basically equals 12 people that you personally bring into Solavei and have 10 total trios in your PC1 and PC2. Another way to look at this is you need 10 personal network trios in your first and second tier, of which 4 of those 10 need to have been brought in personally by you. So it's a total of 10, 4 of which must have been brought in personally by you in your PC1. So you don't need 4 plus 10, it's 10 total, and 4 of those 10 need to be PC1. Now, to
And
become a
Stacy,
social thousand, Nathan, did you want to say something?
yeah, I was just going to. It's very important to know too. If you're hearing this for the first time, these are just the plan changes. So as we go through the monthly pathway here, that is in addition to what's called trio pay. So I'd encourage everyone, if you have not seen the compensation webinar, to make sure that you're watching that, because a confusing thing I think for some people is that they think that this is now eliminating trio pay. Trio pay has not changed in the essence that we're still paying trio pay on both your PC1s and your PC2s. Stacey, are you going to go through the change on PC2s, or are you going to mention that here?
You can go ahead and do that.
Okay, so the only change on the trio pay, we still do pay $20 for every trio that's in your PC1. So those people that are 1 degree of separation from you, those people that are 2 degrees of separation from you, the PC2s, we are now paying $10 per trio. Now, you may think that that will actually decrease your monthly income for trio pay, but the way that we count trios now, that you're able to take all of your PC2s and divide by 3, you may see that number actually go up, because you may have had someone that was in your PC1 that left and had signed up 2 people, for example, and those 2 people under the old compensation plan would never be counted in a trio, and now they are counted in a trio. So don't get discouraged that your compensation may go down, but because of that, the ability to count everyone in PC2 for a trio may cause that to go up. So $20 for PC1 trios and $10 for PC2 trios.
That's
Thanks,
right,
Stacey.
Nathan. And if you guys will just take a look here real quick, I wanted to give you reference that all of the changes, updates that we're talking about, you can actually go to empoweredliving.biz, and right there on the homepage, you're going to see that you can click on compensation plan overview, and you'll be able to see this full PDF, which I've got here on my screen, where it shows the full compensation plan one sheet. You're going to be able to take a look at that. Now, what I want to do real quick is just what Nathan described. You can take a look right here. This is a trio. For those of you who are new, it's when you introduce it. You or anyone in your network can do this. Introduces it to 3 people. That is a trio. And so your personal PC1 are people that you introduce to Solavei personally. So if you introduce these 3 and these 3, those are your PC1. Now, when they go out and they introduce it to people, that would be considered your PC2. And then, of course, when they go out, that's considered your extended network. That's everyone else. The exciting news is you're going to earn $20 a month for every trio in your PC1 level. So this would be 20, 20, 20, 20. And you're also going to earn $10 a month in every trio in your PC2. So even though you didn't do it, you're going to still get $10 every single month for every trio in your PC2. Again, Nathan just mentioned that it at one time was 20 and 20. And in order to make adjustment for the incredible changes that Solavei is making for us, and understandably so, you didn't actually bring those people in, so giving the equivalent value is not necessarily fair, but certainly you deserve, because you are probably going to work with those people as well, to get the $10. So you're going to get $20 for every trio in your PC1, $10 for everyone in your PC2, and here's where it gets real exciting, you guys. If you remember, I just mentioned that it is divide by 3. So there was a time when I could literally have 9 people in my personal network, which was my PC1 and PC2. I could have 9 people. Like, let's say I had, instead of 3 here, I had Billy Bob that went and got 2, and Sally that went and got 1, and Jim that got 1, and let's say Jack over here got 2. I could have a whole lot of people, but it not form trios because of that rule. Well, now with zero breakage, every one of those, it's just divide by 3. So whatever your PC1 is, divide by 3. Whatever your PC2 is, divide by 3. Whatever your overall network is, divide by 3. And that's going to be real important as we move forward into the rest of this compensation plan. So that leads us to thousandaire. Social thousandaire basically is when you're going to be earning $1,000 a month, and you need to have 18 trios combined in your PC1 and PC2. Now, I know you guys, it used to be 20, but it used to be 20 in your overall network. Now it is in your PC1 and PC2, of which 5 of those need to be in your personal direct enrollment. So your PC1. Okay, so you're going to need to go out, and this is what's great about our Cruise to Thousandaire. You're going to want to go out and get 15 people. And you know what? Personally, from day one, I've trained to get 12 people, to get 12 people, to get 12. I'm just encouraging them now to get 15 who get 15. You may say, well, Stacy, you're in an industry where most people never even get 3 people. Well, to believe it or not, we're not in that industry. And we've completely broken those records. In fact, the percentages of how many people actually bring in a trio or actually bring in more than a trio, it is astronomical what's happening in Solavei, which is one of the reasons why we're making these adjustments, because we're seeing the viral effect that people who have a hard time getting someone into a lotion and potion pill where they have to pay a $500 upfront getting started kit fee, and they're having to pay an auto ship of $100 to $200 a month. Yeah, that's tough. But you bring someone in for no enrollment, help them save money on their cell phone that they're already overpaying on, and show them how they can earn money, the numbers change. And so we're very excited about these updates and these changes. And we are excited because we're seeing people do it every single day. Well, that leads us into our what we call our leadership ranks. Before we do that, let me just tell you the path to becoming a Solavei leader is not only exciting, it's not only achievable, but now it's become life changing for many. Let's take a look at the Solavei rank band. Let's look at social connector, and you'll notice that we had our social partner. Let me go back up. Social thousandaire. That social thousandaire is a new title. You've never heard that before, because we love that name thousandaire, and we want to call our people thousandaires when we reach it. Then when you actually jump up and you're able to go from 5 personal trios, just add 1 more. And look here, you are at 18. Just add, 7 more in your PC1 and PC2. And now it's going to be important for you to be developing a network. You're going to make $2,500 a month, and you're going to begin to see something very beautiful take place. I'm going to tell you about in a minute. Now, what's happening here, and you can see the personal volume that you have to do is not that much. You're talking about an extra 3 trios to jump up to this rank band, extra 2 here. And remember, in each of these, it's divide by 3. So it's no longer, for me, getting to those network trios, what used to be 2,000 trios, it took me a long time to do it, even though I had 20, 30, 40,000 people in my network, because there were so many broken trios. Now it's just divide by 3. And I can just tell you guys from the experience of having run this entire compensation plan, this is such good news for you, especially when you get into the upper ranks. You are going to love, love, love this compensation plan. So as you can see, social network jumps up to $5,000 a month, then $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month at social executive. And you can see here, every social executive, it's going to be 36 people. It's just divide by 3, qualified people who are active on socials on Solavei service, and then 40 in your PC1 and PC2 with total network trios of 6,000. Again, let me bounce back to remind you of the tens of thousands of people I had in my network that I was not even getting credit for because they weren't entering into a trio. They were a part of somebody who just got one or somebody who just got two. I had so many, actually thousands of one-aways. And now, you guys, if you can only, and I know some of you are just getting started, you don't feel the impact of this, but one day you will as you continue to grow. The divide by three is such an incredible gift of the company. I can just tell you, it is going to help us not only with sustainability of the company, but it is truly going to help us move faster with greater transparency in our networks. Nathan, do you have anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, the only thing I would say is the webinar that Ryan and Jim Ryan did last night will be released in later tonight in probably about an hour or two. It's important to watch that if you did not watch that last night, because to hear directly from our CEO and founder and Jim Ryan of going to the reasons why for these changes. Staci and I can tell you our thoughts on the reasons why things were changed, but to hear directly from our CEO and Jim Ryan what went through corporate in order to make these changes, which are very healthy for the company, for creating a long-term company, and for the field as well. So I think that it's just very important when that comes out for everyone
Yeah.
to listen to it. And if you listened to it last night, I would encourage you to re-listen to it again.
Yeah, and I have at the end of the webinar, I'm going to give a full presentation on that, where they can find that, how they're going to be able to access that. Tonight, we are doing a review of the highlights of that information. And certainly, as we are all awaiting, I know that last night's webinar was re-recorded today so that they could add additional information based on the responses that they received from last night. Questions, just like Marcy a minute ago, what is trending? What is Q2 from someone else? Making it very real and relevant so that you can all understand it. So if you listened to last night, fantastic, great. I know some of you screenshotted it. I want to encourage you, discard it when you get this new information, because it's the information you're going to want to use, because it has been screened, it has gone through so that the company can make it very, very understandable for each of our members. And we're going to give you that information tonight at the end of the webinar. So let's just move on as we go through income versus wealth. Now, this was a slide I know many of you screenshotted last night, and some of the questions have been asked. And Nathan, I'm going to let you go through this, because one of the questions people asked, and I got hundreds of emails today of people saying, Staci, what does the X mean? Staci, what does, what, great questions. What does trending mean? What is Q2? These kind of questions that we like to believe people understand. Tonight, let's break it down for them. That way, when they re-listen to Ryan Wirtz, our CEO and founder, and Jim Ryan go through this presentation, hopefully they'll have an understanding and clarity on exactly the value of what's being provided for them. Now, in addition to all of these updates that have been made, Ryan stepped up to the plate. The first night that we were there, it was the top. It was Jose Miranda, Roxana Hanna, James Linhart, and myself that were at the table. And this is where we discussed with the social directors and the social executives what was about to happen to all of the people and what they were about to hear in that regional. And when we heard it, of course, we were so excited, because we realized that Ryan and Jim, Maria, Larry, the corporate executives that work for us every day, they don't want us just to be members out here that are building the business. Now, there are some companies out there that you actually build their network, or one of them is called Facebook. Facebook has built over 1 billion members. 1 billion members. They built that network. They built Zuckerberg's income. Billions of dollars the guy makes. And I know you guys all probably celebrate him. We think he's an icon. But do you think it's really fair that the people do the work and a few at the top of the company make the money? Well, our CEO and founder has been a part of that type of corporate development for many, many years, where he builds major corporate profits, yielding high dividends for the investors and for the executives. But the people of Facebook, they don't make any money. Ryan wanted to change that. Ryan wanted this to be a place where not only the income is available, meaning our path pay, our trio pay, but Ryan also wanted to see something take place where we could share in the wealth of Solavei. Can you imagine, those of you who are on Facebook, if you were actually not only getting paid for every member that joined your Facebook page, but what if one day Zuckerberg stepped up to the plate and said, for those of you who have helped us build the biggest networks, I'm going to share in profits with you. Watch this. Nathan, take us through this slide in how we are talking about now going from, as Ryan said, a renter's mentality to an owner's mentality. You know, in direct sales, and I've made a lot of money in direct sales over the last 25 years. We think about our paycheck. We think about our income. We think about what we make on a monthly basis. We may get a share in some kind of little profit sharing pool. It's really it's just really a play on words, to be honest with you, but it's never really been anything that we can bank wealth upon. Tell us what was shared this weekend as it relates to income versus wealth.
Yeah, this is one of the most exciting things, as Staci said in opening this call, at her emotion of what is being available to every member as we lead this company and become leaders in the company. The difference between income versus wealth, I think, is one of the most amazing things that people get an opportunity to actually build a substantial wealth for themselves and their families to come. And, you know, Ryan asked in the Thousandaire and Above meeting of all of those people that have had an opportunity where they've been a part of a company that, you know, went public and made significant wealth for themselves, and only 2 people raised their hand. And I think that is what shows the heart of Solavei, that they're now giving every member, every person that's a part of this company, the ability to create wealth. And what does that mean? You look at this, and there's this 1.6x, 2.5x, 7.0x, and 14.0x, and what that means is simply this. The way companies are valued in the public market is they're generally a multiple of revenue. So if you look at AT&T and this says 1.6x, that means that their enterprise value, or the value that the company is worth in the public market, is 1.6 times their annual revenue number. So, for example, if they do 100 million, if a company does 100 million in revenue and their multiple is 1.6x, they're worth 160 million. You translate that into individual value by taking the number of shares that are outstanding, and you can look at, you know, any public company, go on yahoo.com finance section, look at the total value of the company, the shares outstanding, divide that into the enterprise value, and that's what your per share value is. So, you know, when Facebook went public, which was a huge deal, all of us are on Facebook, and as Ryan did a great job saying that, you know, we created Facebook. Every person going on Facebook and sharing on Facebook has created the value in Facebook, but we didn't see that value in our pocket. 14 times X, 14 multiple of revenue, is a significant value. To be valued at $60+ billion is huge. What Ryan has now offered to us is that every member has the opportunity to participate in that value. You look at AT&T. If you're an employee at AT&T and have 10,000 shares, their share price is currently $36 a share. So you're getting $360,000 in value. eBay, the same thing. 10,000 shares is at $51 a share, is $510,000 in value that you're receiving. This is in addition to, you know, if you're an employee at eBay making $80,000 or $100,000 a year, it would take 5 years to get to $5 in value. And that's Ryan is now to us that we're getting shares in the company. So as you scale in and become a social network or social executive, we're getting shares in the company. If you just look at where Solavei is today, we're on a march to 1 million, to have 1 million members. So if you think about 1 million members paying $49 every single month, that equates to $100 million in revenue a year. So 600 million, if at $1 billion valuation, that's 45x. So you could take the number of shares that you're getting, which you're about to see, multiply that times 45, and that's That's the value that you're getting in those shares. In addition, plan. So this is above and beyond. At 2 million members, just double the numbers. You're at 90x, so 90, a $90 share value for all of the options that you're getting. This is unprecedented in the industry. You know, I don't think there's a company in the industry like this. I mean, Facebook is certainly not offering us shares to go on and use their services. Whereas here, as you become a member, not only are you saving money, you're earning monthly income. Now you have a ability to create a wealth that can go from your family to your children to your children's children. A very exciting thing, Stacy, that is remarkable that Solavei is doing for us.
It really is, Nathan. And so this is to introduce the Solavei Equity Program that is now available. Solavei has redefined the meaning of being a brand partner. Now it's possible for members, for you, for me, to earn equity in this company through this new compensation plan. Now, instead of just getting a one-time bonus, you have the opportunity to earn equity that could potentially be a long-term retirement for a lot of people. Now, Nathan, you and I happen to have been participants of another business that Ryan was CEO of, and I know that we both were able to benefit from that as equity shareholders and being able to participate in the big win of that company. It was a beautiful thing. Now, my husband and I, we didn't win as big as you. And we walked away from that company. And I thought of this all weekend. And I thought of this all weekend. My husband and I, at that season of our lives, we moved into full-time, or my husband supported me, let me just say this, in a vision I had for many years to be in full-time ministry and travel and do a lot of missions work. And in doing that, we watched as this company, that although we had shares in the company, in that season between when we built the nonprofits that we built, the company continued to grow. Now, Nathan, I know that company, when you were able to cash in those stocks, you were able to make millions and millions and millions of dollars. What I want to say to the people today is this is a chance. You know, when George Bush gave out that $1,000 stimulus, we were all very excited. I don't know if y'all remember that, but many people got $1,000 when George Bush became president. It was a one-time $1,000 hit. It was exciting. But you know what? We spent it and it was gone. And like most young people, I was younger, so was my husband. We spent it on things we thought we wanted at the moment. Well, the Solavei compensation plan in and of itself is doing more than that. It's not just giving a one-time bonus or cash injection. It's giving people an opportunity to earn $1,000 a month or more every single month. Can you imagine if that was being put into the hands to stimulate the economy right now in America? Well, it is through Solavei. But now taking it to an entirely another level is the equity program, giving people an opportunity to continue to build their network. And instead of getting a one-time bonus, getting a lifetime plan. And so we're very excited about this new addition to the Solavei compensation plan. And I know that tomorrow night you're going to hear more, or tomorrow when you see the outlay of the webinar that was presented and that will be presented tonight on the Solavei Scoop, you'll see the full details. But let's just take a look at what was released this weekend. For Social Connector, there is going to be $2,500 of shares awarded upon achieving that rank. Of course, when you go to the social networker position, it's 5,000 for cumulative of 7,500. These are all cumulative. Social director, of course, is 10,000 more shares, which is a cumulative of 17,500. And then social executive, an additional 20,000 shares for a total of 37,500 shares. That is incredible. Nathan, talk to us right now about what that can do for an ordinary person right now who probably doesn't even understand the value of a share. They don't know what this means. They've heard about this. To them, it just means a piece of paper. Does this mean anything to me? Is it real money? Is the company just doing this because they're not wanting to pay out the bonuses? What is it?
So yeah, let me explain a couple things on options here, because what these are option grants that we're receiving from the company. An option grant is simply a right to buy stock. So when you receive the option, you will have a exercise price. The exercise price is the value of that share at the time of offering, so the fair market value today. This is where it has significant potential upside, because when they give us a stock option, so let's say today, and I'll just use round terms here to make it simple, if they give you a stock option for 10 options to purchase at a fair market value of $1, so you're going to spend $10 to buy those options. Well, over time, those shares then create value. So let's say 3 years down the road, those shares now have escalated to $10. So now your 10 shares are worth $100 that you paid $10 for. So you're making $90. Hopefully that makes sense. What it says here on the left, it says shares vest over a 4-year period with 12-month cliff. And everyone is saying, what does a cliff mean? The vesting period is 4 years. So when you receive the option grant, those will vest over a 4-year period, time-based. So you basically take the number of grants, divide by 4, and that's the amount that will vest each year. Now, post the first year, they'll begin to vest either monthly or quarterly, however the plan is set up. But over the first year, what a 12-month cliff means is that they'll still vest over the time, but they won't be available to purchase. So the options won't be available to turn those into shares, meaning that you exercise them, you pay the exercise price, and those become shares to you until after the first year. So it'll vest 1 year for the first quarter, and then each quarter thereafter, so 25%, will either vest over a. That's what the cliff means. It simply means that after 1 year, the shares will be available, or the options will be available to purchase shares that have vested, 25% of your option grant. As I said, whatever the shares are worth when an IPO happens, or the company is sold, or some liquidity event that the shares now have liquidity, you multiply the number of shares you have times the value. So here in this example, 7,500 shares times $45 is $337,500. So a significant value to you over the time period. So Staci, maybe from your perspective, did that make sense, or do you want me to
Let me
go through
just
it again, high
go
level?
over a couple questions that are coming in here, because I think this is really good, because what's going to happen is, again, you're going to see some of these same slides on the webinar with Ryan and with Jim. And clearly, it is important for you to understand the value of what's being presented. Otherwise, you won't appreciate it. And I like to think of it this way, Nathan. There are 3 buckets that we like to think of, that we fish out of. And I'll probably do a training on this maybe here coming up real soon. And the 3 buckets are, there's this one bucket of people who say, I want to make $20,000 a month or more, right? And that's less than 1% of the world that will ever do that, right? So I want to make more than $20,000 a month, and show me the money. And, we hear those kind of people in this industry. They're big talkers. They really, really want that. They're all about the money, the money, the money, the money. And then we've got the second bucket, which are people that are really an extra $1,000 a month would change their life. And that's what they're looking for. They're willing to do whatever they have to do to earn an extra $1,000 a month. And that's probably, I don't know, I'm making this up, maybe 20% of the people, maybe 10% of the people. But then there's the masses of millions and millions and hundreds of millions of people who, quite frankly, just earning free mobile service is a game changer for them. That's where they're going to play with us. And so you right now may be thinking of, wow, how am I going to explain this to the big money earners? Well, most big money earners are going to look at this and go, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? A company is actually going to allow us to have options. A company is actually going to allow us to be treated like true brand partners. Then there's going to be the other folks that really, the millions and millions and millions, the chance for them to even play into a program like this will be revolutionary. There's two types of people. There's short-term people that have, like Ryan said, renter's mentality. They're looking for now money. They're looking at this and going, well, I don't want to stock. I don't want to share. I don't want options to buy. I want now money. And really, that's a renter's mentality. It's somebody that says, I just need now money to pay for the now bills. And honestly, that's where most people are right now, because we have now bills, right? But then there's those folks that also say, I'm looking for long-term residual income and wealth. I want to give my family a shot. I want to give my family a chance at legacy. I want to see my children live better than I ever got to live. I want to be able to see what we call generational wealth that lives beyond me. And Nathan, I think what we've got here, clearly there's going to be a learning curve for people to truly understand what all is being discussed here, and to be able to do that in increments. But certainly, we're going to continue with that. We're going to do more webinars to let you know exactly what this means, how you explain it, because it is a big part now of our compensation. In addition to what Solavei has already laid out there as an amazing, incredible financial offering. If you can just think, this is a game changer for us in so many ways. Now, your path, as you can see, as you look at it, to becoming a social leader, a Solavei leader, you can see how we've gone ahead and added the equity options in here, so you can see how that ranks right along with our leadership rank bands going forward. So a few more updates, and you're probably saying, well, how is it that they're giving all of this out? What adjustments are being made? Well, clearly the company looked at where the soft spots were, what was being achieved. If there's a fab bonus, is it working? Is it not working? Is it creating the behaviors we want? And honestly, the fab fast action bonus, number one, was not creating the momentum and drive we needed. It wasn't creating the behaviors we wanted. We had people gaming the system. In other words, buying their way to get a fab so that they could make that upfront money and then deactivating. And so clearly looking at it, it was something that was needed to be removed. The fast action bonus will be discontinued for new enrollments as of midnight tonight. The existing fab clocks, if you've got one, if you're already in the fab, if you already enrolled, and in fact, if you want to enroll some people between now and midnight Pacific, then you definitely want to do that tonight, because they will still get to qualify for a fab. If you've got people that were thinking about signing up, get a hold of them. You've got 5 hours to be able to get them in the fab session. For those that come in the future, they'll never hear about the fab unless you tell them. But for those of you who have some folks that are on the line and you want to go ahead and get them in on that extra $50 per trio for the first 4 trios in the first 60 days, contact them. Let them know now's the time to get started so they can get that extra $200 fast action bonus. After 11:59 p.m. tonight, there will be no more fast action bonus. The second thing is the path pay bonuses, as I explained a minute ago. Those are going to be discontinued. You'll see now in that column, instead of the fast action bonus, a one-time bonus, you're now being given equity options to be able to actually have the potential of ownership in the future of Solavei. And of course, Trio Pay for PC2, as we mentioned before, is being paid out at $10 starting April 16th. So those are some of the updates. I know we've already explained those and given you those updates, but those are some of the updates too. I just wanted to make sure we put those up on the screen for you. Okay, so hopefully, I'm sure that's got...
Stacy, I might clarify one of the...
Sure.
Yeah, I was just going to clarify one of the things that people... so the rank advancement, so with the new compensation plan, wherever you are at the end of March 31st, you will continue to receive that path pay for both April and May if your rank goes down. So you're you would be receiving less pay than you're currently repaying. So that basically gives us in excess of 2 months, almost 2.5 months, that if your overall network size has changed and your monthly path pay will have gone down, that you can get that back up to where you were before. Now, And this is why it's very important to watch the updated webinar they recorded today, because Jim Ryan does go through how to calculate in the interim where you would fall in this new ranking system with the counting of trios. They will be rolling out an update to Outreach Manager that will do it all for you, so don't be alarmed that you're going to have to go through what Jim Ryan goes through. That hopefully will be rolled out in the next several weeks. But it's important to note that we do have a little bit of time here. They've given us pretty advanced notice before they implement, so that we're not falling back in pay without time to
Right.
do it.
And I know we're going over time here. I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to slow down, you guys. I'm going to go ahead and put it all into this one webinar so that you guys can get all the information. I'll let you guys know that 2 months, and thank you, Nathan, for reminding me of that. It's real important because that gives you the time in 2 months. I'll let you guys know in 2 months, my network grew by tens of thousands of people going after that 12 who get 12 who get 12. Now going after 15 that get 15, that's going to put you in the qualification zone of potentially qualifying for that cruise to 1,000 air. I'm going to tell you more about that. There's been some updates to that as well coming up here in just a minute. But those 2 months are very important because that's going to give you the opportunity to do what you need to do. I know personally, under these new qualifications, I've got to go out and get some more PC1 trios so that I have multiple entities and I've spread out my personal enrollments. I need to go into my primary social executive account. I've got 2 months to do it, 60 days to do it, and I'm going to go out and I've got to get a few more trios. You're probably going to, for those of you who are listening, you're probably going to have some things you're going to need to do as well in order to continue ranking through the rank band, or if you're actually trying to reach a new rank, that's going to be. But listen, what's great about the grandfathering thing, it's giving you the 60 days to do it. And then if you've achieved a rank, that rank is going to be grandfathered. You'll maintain the rank. You'll just have to qualify in order to be paid at that rank. So hopefully that, I just see right now I'm getting a text. I was hoping that he would be with us tonight, and he said that he is on right now. Let me just look here on our list. Hang on, everybody. There he is. I know he had quite the weekend this weekend, and probably like many of you, had multiple feelings about everything that was unloaded this weekend. And I have been watching his posts all day today, and I have to tell you, Ron, oh my goodness, I'm getting emotional again. The joy I've seen coming out of your post, the elation, I feel like you get it, and I'm so excited. Please help me welcome to the webinar social networker Ryan Lelf. Ryan, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
We can, Ryan. I would like to know from you, what are you feeling coming off of this event, and how do you feel you're going to move forward in projecting your business going forward?
Well, I appreciate you having me on. The quote that came to me actually as I was driving back to the house tonight from my men's league basketball championship game that unfortunately we came on the short end of the stick. But the quote that came to me was, "It's not about what we had, it's all about what we have." And that just hit me because 9 months ago, I got presented with a company and an opportunity and a vision, and I chose to believe in it. I chose to trust in the leadership, and I chose to go all in. And we were given a set of rules, and we played by those rules and strategically put time, effort, energy, sweat, everything we had into building the network to the best of our ability based on the rules of the compensation game that we were playing. And so when we first got hit with the information, we had some obviously tough emotions because the game was being changed. And all I can say is we are so fortunate because of the rank we've been able to achieve, only because we have such a great network of people and so many great leaders. Your husband, Larry, immediately found us and began talking to us. We got to spend an extra hour with you and him. And then the night of dinner with Ryan and being able to even sit by him for 30, 45 minutes and to really understand why the changes are being made and what is going on with the company and how the company had been studying stuff for 90 days. And honestly, when I started understanding all of that, I think most people who know me at this point, I have an extremely high belief in Solavei and what we're doing here, tons of confidence. And if you would have told me after the first initial shock of the change that I would leave with even more confidence, even more belief, I don't know if I could have believed you at that moment. But to hear Ryan talk about, this idea that we want to do something different, I thought, well, maybe we just start trying to embrace ourselves in the arena of direct sales or network marketing because of maybe a negative connotation. I wasn't sure. But what I discovered was, no, we're not afraid to be in that arena. We just want to do something that's never been done before. And when he started talking about how these changes have been ran to scale, that when we hit 1 million members, 10 million members, the company makes it. The company's sound financially. The company's profitable. We get to be here in 5 years. We get to be here in a decade. We get to be here in 30 years. And when he said he told some of his other close friends who are in the arena of direct sales and network marketing, and they almost mocked him and made fun of him and said, you can't give salespeople ownership. You can't give people who just come and go a chance to be true partners in a business. And he said, we not only can, we are, because we are going to attract a different mindset, a different quality of human being, and a person who's sick and tired of being ran around and only the big guys and only the special few get in. No, you come here, you roll your sleeves up, you put your heart and soul into it, you believe in it, and you go share and you build a network. You're the story. You're the one that creates something generational for your family. You're the one with the grandkids sitting on your leg and your knee talking about how you said yes and you chose to believe. I'm getting chills as I think about it. I'm so excited. It's time to go into hyper growth. We have never been more thrilled to be involved with a group of people and a part of a company than we are right now. Thank you so much for having me on the call.
Ryan, thank you so much. What a joy to hear you, your passion, your conviction. And you guys, I just want to say this, and we're going to continue on with the webinar. As Ryan said, there is so much to say Solavei is different. Solavei is revolutionary. Solavei is changing the game. And I believe the more you track with these leaders and the leaders that are truly, that were there this weekend, that felt it, that see it, that understand it, you are going to see, I really believe this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. Now, I want to move real quickly, a couple of more updates. We're going to talk about the Thousandaire, Cruise to Thousandaire, a tip of the week that you're going to find that's going to come out in the Solavei Scoop, which has not been yet been released, but it will be released probably tonight before you go to bed. You'll get up in the morning, it'll be there. Is that you can now pay your bill by phone when you call 1-866-SOLAVEI and just select the make a payment option. Of course, to make your payment, you'll have to have some information there, like your member ID, which is the full 10 digits, your mobile number, credit card expiration, a few other things. So, but it is available by calling 866-SOLAVEI. So for those folks that you know that need to pay their their bill by the phone, they can do that and just select the make a payment option. Solavei Regional Orlando is now posted Friday, April 26th, 2013, and Saturday, April 27th, 2013. You're going to see the night is going to start off Friday with the free Solavei Social, 6:30 to 7:30. Everyone is welcome. Bring everybody you can that night. I tell you, here's the cool part. You bring them, you get them in that room. You let them hear CEO and founder Ryan Wirch. Let them experience the excitement, the energy, the synergy of top leaders walking around the room, getting pictures. It is the best place for you to sign people up. Then, right after that, there's a 30-minute break. Let them know that the top leaders, thousandaires and above, are going into a closed room session. Let them feel that feeling of wanting to be in that room. Those thousandaires and above at 8 o'clock to 11 o'clock are going to get to hear brand new updates and training that no one else will get to hear. So for those of you who want to be a part of that, push it right now, but between now and then, get yourself to thousandaire, get qualified as that so you can be in that room. Then Saturday morning, we're going to wake up 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. You are going to hear not only from our corporate executives and special guest speakers, training, recognition. Those of you who are thousandaires are going to get recognized walking across the stage, getting your thousandaire plaque. Those of you who are ranking above that, you're going to get recognized on stage. You're going to hear from our CEO and founder, as well as being able to hear from the top members of the company, special training. You guys can just go on Facebook and look at some of those posts. Some of us made a fool of ourselves in order to get the points across. But it's at the Hilton Orlando. Of course, members are $29, and if you bring an extra person, it can be $49. Very, very excited. Solavei Revolution Regional Orlando is on the map. So you can go and register right now for that by going to connect.solavei.com. Go to connect.solavei.com. All right. Here is our new leaderboard for the Cruise to Thousandaires. And right after this, I'm going to give you an update of what changed about the qualifications. Cruise to Thousandaire leaderboard right now. Look at these names. Crazy, crazy enrollments going on here. And what we're finding is, and I mean, I'm just loving this. Look, 38 PC1. Plus, he's duplicating it. Those people are all going out getting someone 64 in his PC2. Also, obviously, Jason has got something going on. I'm thinking we need to have him speak at one of these events and find out what on earth is Jason doing. But here's what's exciting. So many of you, I've been cranking my way up that leaderboard. I think today I was 33. I mean, I was like 204, and I was like, dadgummit, I am not going to be a leader of this company and not make it on that cruise. So I have been enrolling and helping those people enroll and giving special incentives for my people who get those trios. And so I want you guys to do the same. Have that trio a week mentality, and you're going to see it now. It's the first 100 people who qualify. So watch this. Here's a change that made the first 100 people who qualify. Now these 10 have made it. They're going on the Cruise to Thousandaire. But watch this. Things have changed just a little bit. Remember, it takes 15 in your PC1 and 30 in your PC2 for you to be able to qualify to go. Now, these guys have done that. Obviously, these three here are getting a cruise for 2 with an inside cabin. These guys in the gray are getting a cruise for 1. But there's 100 that are going to get to go. So watch this. Game has changed as of this weekend. Leaders, you guys have a chance. I know all these new people coming in have fresh markets, and you guys were saying, well, that's not fair. These guys are all getting fresh markets. Well, guess what? You're going to have to go after some folks, because here's what was laid on the table this weekend. Because you're all going to be ranking anyhow with the new system, look what's happening. If you rank under the new qualifications for Thousandaire, this is your qualification band right here. Connectors, networkers, directors, and executives. If you can rank as an executive between now and the end of the qualification period of May 31st, you're going to be able to see, if you're executive, you'll be able to go ahead and cruise for 2, junior suite cabin with balcony airfare for 2. I'm telling you, I'm going for that, baby. What that means is not only do you have to qualify for that rank under the new compensation plan structure, but you also need to get 6 new PC1 and PC2 trios, of which 4 of them need to be in your PC1, and that started as of yesterday. So get this. That means people like me, even though I'm actually trying to qualify under the old rules as well, people, let's just take me for example. I would need to go out and get 4 new personal trios, personal direct trios in my PC1, 12 people. I need to go enroll 12 people. And then I also need to have 2 additional trios that are in my PC1 and PC2. So hopefully you guys see that. Now, rank must stay active. You can't just hit the rank and fall back. You got to stay active through June 30th. I hope you guys see that. I hope you guys understand that. That's a big deal for those of you leaders. Now, the first 100 members who are at the rank of Thousandaire or above in the new compensation plan, and add 4 new personal quality trios and 6 PC1, PC2 trios. In other words, you got to have 6, of which 4 have to be brought into you yourself between March 15th and May 31st. And they are going to join the other 100 qualifiers on the cruise in September. Okay, so that is exciting news and adds a little spice to the mix to get all you leaders that are ranked up and going and getting your 4 trios and 6 in your PC1, PC2. All right. Tonight we have very special with us, and I know we're running late. I really don't care. I'm going to stay up as late as we have to stay up. We still have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people on the phone. And so I'm going to welcome to the call right now someone who is this week's spotlight. You're going to see him. It is Robert Savillano, and I'm just going to unmute you. Robert, are you with us?
Yeah. Yes, Stacy.
Well, Robert, it's great to
Hey.
see you there on that screen with our CEO and founder this weekend. There on stage, as well as you there with some of your team members, and me there on the right. I love that picture of us with some of your team members up there in New Jersey. Robert, tonight we want to know from you. You are a master wholesale dealer. You have been that for over 15 years, doing amazing things as a dealer, and you have had some tremendous success with your Solavei business. And thank you, whoever told me to take that off my screen. Solavei business. We want to know. Here's what I want to know, because I have a lot of folks that want to approach dealers. They want to know how to connect with dealers. We want you tonight. Tell us what are some things that we need to know how to connect with dealers. But first off, let me say congratulations, booyah, hoot and holler for Robert Savillano, Social Networker 3. Robert, I'm so honored and privileged to have you a part of the team and to have you as such a great friend in my life. Please welcome to the call. You there, Robert?
Yes, I'm here, Stacy. Thank you for being a great leader, doing this hard work for everyone. The 3 things that I always do, and I train my people, is that the way you wanna approach dealer, first thing you wanna do is brand yourself. You wanna go in there, look professional, have a Solavei shirt on, have a Solavei cap on, to walk into a store, making sure that you come in there knowing that these dealers are what is Solavei. Now it's up to you to explain it to them. Usually I come up to them, I am one of the founding members. I'm actually I also now part of being an owner for Solavei because of
Mhm.
the shares that
That's
Ryan has
right.
offered to
Wow,
us,
that's great.
and they asked about it. It's a new plan under T-Mobile, which is unlimited talk, text, 4G data, and there's a way that you guys can make a monthly residual. And I know myself that other MVNOs out there, you cannot make $1,000 a month within this next few months. So I get their interest, and they like to know more what Solavei is about. Solavei made us videos for us to make our life much easier. The 2 videos I let them watch is What is Solavei? Right after that, I let them watch the Solavei compensation plan. And from there on, all the questions that they had has been answered. And then from there, it's just like questions and answers, and whatever I can help them with the best of my ability. And as soon as I come in there, let them watch the compensation plan, what is Solavei. I have my SIM cards, I have the marketing materials, having them ready. As soon as I walk out that door, I make sure that they're all signed up and ready to go. Make sure that they are fully equipped, whatever they need to know, whatever they need to do. I make sure that as soon as I leave there, they're excited and ready to go.
So, Robert, one of the questions that came in here, when you say marketing materials, what are some of the marketing materials you would suggest that they show or leave?
They should have at least in their hand is a banner, a poster, and the brochures. The brochures helps anyone that comes in as a new customer, and so at least the brochure, they can go home with something that they can read more about it.
Excellent. Well, so for somebody that is going out, and the other day, I know Erin Wolf, for example, and maybe you can remember that example. She connected with somebody that was a dealer and had a number of questions. What are some of the most frequently asked questions that you think that people get as it relates to connecting with dealers?
Well, one of the first thing they ask is will the how will they accept payments? You know, accepting the payments is one of the first thing I mentioned to them is that, if a person does not have a credit card, we tell them to use our company credit card. We once they enroll them, we take the cash and the company credit card, we use them as a payment. As soon as they receive the debit card, they can load that debit card and make a payment with their Solavei plan. At the same time, they're going to be earning money with that Solavei debit card they offer, so they can also earn and pay their bill with that debit card.
Well, Robert, what is something that you feel after coming off this weekend with the Solavei Regional? What is something that you would say to these folks? What you're feeling?
Oh, what I got off the best is like when I got to hear Ryan that he's offering us generation wealth. All the hard work that we put in will pay off because my family, my kids will be affected to it with all my hard work. You know, it's not it's basically what Ryan has showed us. We're being generous. He's actually watching out for our future about this. So we put our hard work to it. I put my hard work to it, and then everything pays off. And now I'm just supporting my guys. At the same time that's why we have a store that supports our downlines to be able to come in there and help them train in the same time. So that's how much I believe in Solavei, and I have told Ryan that I'm putting 100% on this, and I'm going to
Awesome.
help him march to the million.
I agree. And we are so excited, Robert. Your leadership, I got to say, is so extraordinary. I love having you on our leadership calls. You bring such value, not only to us in the leadership team, but also to all of those that you have worked with that are not in your network and that are just excited about going after dealers. And you've been so generous to share your information with folks. Thank you so much for being a part. Congratulations on being this week's
Oh yeah,
Spotlight member. Glad you're here.
thank you.
Okay, so one of the things, a clarification on the cruise to Thousand Air, I've just received a text from the corporate offices wanting to make sure that you know that it's a bonus cruise opportunity that's with the cruise to 1,000 Air and not a change. It's a bonus. So it's important for you guys to realize that this is on top of what was already discussed. Now, I know none of you asked that question. I'm going through the questions, and none of y'all seem to have a question on that, but they seem to think you might. So I'm always happy to be corrected if I said it wrong. But Cruise to 1,000 is a bonus opportunity, and so it's not or like the old qualifications or the new one. It's on top of. So it's a bonus opportunity. Okay, so let's move on, and then I'm going to open it up to questions and answers here at the end. First off, for those of you who are needing to bounce before I open, I've got some great questions here. Here's your call to action this week. Number one, I encourage you, if you haven't already taken the 1K challenge, do so. Oh my goodness, are you guys loving those emails? I got one today. The how-tos that are coming through on those emails are phenomenal. And if you're not already on the 1K challenge email system, then you want to do that. It is absolutely wonderful. The information and training that we are getting on a daily basis that are coming to us every day, every 3 to 5 days. I encourage you to make sure that you take the 1K challenge so you can be a part of that, and make sure all your people do too. Man, that is free training you're giving to your people. Get on auto pay. Of course, I reiterate that every week. Join us for Wednesdays. This Wednesday, we've got a new internet marketing Google Hangout. It is this week going to be with myself, Roxana, Hannah, a couple other leaders. You're going to be able to participate and watch. How do you want to access that? You're going to go to empoweredliving.biz, and right there on the bottom right hand side, you're going to be able to see how you can empoweredliving.biz/hangout. Empoweredliving.biz/hangout. Of course, it's posted right there on the homepage of empoweredliving.biz. That is going to be every week at 10 a.m. Pacific. That's noon Central Standard Time. That's 1 o'clock Eastern. So for those of you who are having your lunch break, great time to do it. Of course, we're going to record those and post them, but we want you to be there. A part of it's going to be really cool. We're going to open it up. We're going to be letting people ask questions. It's going to be a real good social time. Internet marketing, Google Hangout with some of the best internet marketers. Okay, number 3, register for Thursday's Empowering You training webinar at empoweredliving.biz. This is our Thursday advanced training webinar. Make sure you tap into that. We are going to continue going through, taking questions all week this week, and going through how we can break down all of these wonderful advancements that Solavei has given to us, as well as some advanced marketing tips on that webinar. So that will be Thursday. You can register at empoweredliving.biz. The link is right there on the right. Number 4, invite guests to watch the Solavei socials this week at socials.solavei.com. That's socials.solavei.com. Of course, you can see all that information. Again, you can go to check that out there. And 5, get a trio this week. As you can see, wow, little did we know how important that trio a week mentality would become. I love the fact that we've gotten ourselves into that habit. Today, got on the call with some of my leaders, and we were all talking because of the weekend. We were so busy with the event. 4 of us showed up. Only 1 showed up with the trio completed, and 4 of us showed up with 2 needing 1 more. So we had a little race on who could get their trio first by midnight. So it was pretty fun. Anyhow, have a trio a week mentality, and you are going to crush it through this compensation plan and be able to see how many people really do want to save money on their mobile services. Well, remember, now is the time. This is the place, and you are the one to start the revolution. I encourage you, register for our upcoming webinars and calls at empoweredliving.biz. Be sure to check the Solavei Scoop, because it's going to have the link to the recording of everything that CEO and founder Ryan Wirch and Jim Ryan gave last night, only a clean, updated version, and you're going to be able to tap into that. You should be getting that in your inbox. You can also check at mysolavei.com for the Solavei Scoop. And remember, again, I'm going to sign off right now. My name is Staci Wallace, and I'm going to open it up to question and answers here in 5, 4, 3, 2,